Here. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Evan here, and this is the Anonymous Republic Network. I want to ponder on a little thing here, and that there are some issues here. Now, just either yesterday or today, or in the morning of today, Joe Biden was out of the blue, was it was called. The media called it. Okay. Now, even though the counts wasn't called, okay, there was still stuff going on in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, and Nevada. Okay? None of those states were called. Okay? None of those states were called at all. Georgia didn't call it. Michigan didn't call it. Georgia didn't call it. North Carolina didn't call it. None of the states that's still in play called anything. Nobody was called the winner. Okay. Just last night, a little thing called a software glitch. Okay, software glitch was found in the machines in Michigan and Pennsylvania. Okay. Now, the voting should have stopped. I mean, right as soon as it stopped at midnight came the 4th. The president was leading in Wisconsin, Michigan, okay, Pennsylvania, Georgia, right? All of a sudden, at 4 a.m. the following morning, on the 4th, Joe Biden gained 150,000 votes at 4 a.m. By the time people are asleep, right? We're all asleep at 4 a.m. We're all asleep, right? We're all asleep. Now, AP, Fox, CNN, MSLSD, all the media outlets, even the young turds, called it. When does the media start calling on who won the election and who doesn't win the election? Okay? Georgia didn't call who won it. Pennsylvania didn't call it and say who won it. Michigan didn't say who won that state. North Carolina, Trump is ahead. Arkansas, Trump's ahead. Arizona was called too early by fucking Fox News. So they had to backtrack. Okay. Now, I just got done reading an article here. And it was a kind of fishy, but Biden did not officially win the election. Okay. Georgia didn't call it. Michigan didn't call it. Neither did North Carolina, Georgia. None of these states called it. But the media did. Right? Then here just this last night, wow, they found a computer glitch in the machines in Michigan. Now, here's something that the media ain't got the balls to talk about now. The Supreme Court just stepped in. Okay, mind you. The biggest court in the land here. They stepped in. Any ballot that was counted after the 3rd, which was Election Day, should be pulled out, separated, and counted there. Then yet you got the United States Postal Service, boom, adding more shit. A farmer in Arizona, Glendale, Arizona, found ballots under a rock. Someone found some ballots that was for the president in the trash. Answer that question, media. People aren't allowed to monitor the counting of the ballots. They were, and then all of a sudden, now, check this out. If you work at the ballots, you weren't allowed to have your cell phone or tablet, right? No pictures, no video, nothing. No phone, nothing. You cannot take a picture, you cannot video, but all of a sudden, whistleblowers came out. Even a guy from who for the Postal Service came out and said there was fraud taking place. There was a video of a guy who was supposed to be counting. He was filling out a ballot. That's right there. Supposed to be counting the ballots, not filling one out to do it for. Right? So the article I came across is that let's see here. Let me pull my thing here. Okay. Okay, Michigan County flips for Trump after software glitch is fixed. .2020 rejection rate of Pennsylvania mail-in ballots over 24 times lower than 2016. Now, the only votes that Biden didn't get was the minority votes. Okay, this is from Mark Levin. The media does not declare who is president-elect. There's a constitutional and statutory process. Gore litigated for 37 days. Clearly, the media want this in today. And this is also intended to pressure the Supreme Court justices and the courts where there is potential allegation and will be litigated. We don't know who's president yet. The media at least has an obligation to explain this, but won't. This is from Jack Gaynor. 2020 election is far from over. Corporate media outlets call the presidential election blah, blah, blah. Legal vote decided who is president, not the news media. Fraudulent manufactured cast by intelligible or deceased voters are still in the process of being counted for. Now here's the thing, okay? Now, this happened even 4 years ago. People who have been dead for years all of a sudden started voting again. I mean, could you imagine a dead guy wearing a Hillary t-shirt and t-shirt 4 years ago? Now, the left is complete. The left is in complete panic. This is all they have left. Glad Trump did not need post-political correct Fox. He's fighting for us. He's fighting for America. Was needed to dig our heels and turn our back on the mainstream media and support the fight against fraud. Media is not declaring anything. It is only reporting happens. Fuck them. They're evil. We must fight them at every turn. Polls in Minnesota hand out fine tip markers instead of pens on this 2020 election day. Smoking gun, electronic voter fraud caught on live TV on CNN. Now, only in the constitutional and statutory level can it be called. Now, Pennsylvania didn't call it. Michigan didn't call it. Georgia wasn't called either. Nevada wasn't called. Arizona wasn't called yet. North Carolina and Arkansas, Trump was leading hard, big time. All of a sudden, at 4 o'clock in the morning on the 4th, just 24 hours after the election, all of a sudden, Biden gains 100 to 150,000 votes at 4 a.m. on the 4th and the 5th. The president had it done. Okay, he had it done. He won the election. Now, but they're still counting, so the media pretty much violated federal law. Violated the law. Because they don't say who is president or who was reelected. It's done by the states. It's done constitutionally. The media has no say at all. Okay? Al Gore litigated for 37 days until mid-December, where it was announced that George Bush won the election. Okay? Now they're saying that since Biden won, they want the president out of the White House now. Now, did Jill Stein call for a recount in December 4 years ago? And nobody complained about it? Nobody complained. But yet, the president-elect Trump won that recount? I mean, you gotta understand. The president had Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, Pennsylvania. He already had a lead in Arkansas and North Carolina and Alaska. Biden won Hawaii. So the mainstream media may have violated federal law here, even state law. Now, here's something that I found out on here. The software that was used on the machines belonged to China. Okay? Belonged to China. Software glitch was found in Michigan and Pennsylvania. How come they didn't report that? Easy. They ran with it. They didn't say, hey guys, there's a glitch here, and we need to kind of figure out how to tell somebody. They didn't do that. They ran with it. Didn't say a fucking thing. Didn't say a damn thing. The president is leading in Alaska, Arkansas, and North Carolina. He had Michigan and Wisconsin in the bag. All of a sudden, 4 a.m., more was added to Biden's shit. Gave him the fucking lead. I mean, you have all these problems out of the woodworks, and it's showing that. Then the media says there is no evidence of fraud. But when the president won his first term, there's Russian collusion, and Russia interfered in our election. Really? He beat Hillary, went through his first term, ran for re-election, campaigned like crazy, while Biden was in his basement jerking off the family dog. The amount of people that he had was not even very a lot. Nobody came. Hardly anybody ever came to him. It was talking like he's in a bingo hall of Oklahoma and shit. The president had a massive crowd that was capacitated by 5, man. Each day, man. He did 5 events. When he campaigned 4 years ago, he went 7 events for an hour each time. 7 hours a day, each event. Each day, each day was 7 different stops. Until he got the nomination, he beat Hillary in the debates, and then he won the election. And now they brought in this guy, idiotic, mental, incompetent Biden. His son's a fucking moron. And all of a sudden, the company that did the software, that was in the machine, that caused the glitch, Speaker Pelosi had a stake in the company. She has her hands in everything. She has a stake in everything. Think about that. Conflict of fucking interest, right? Now, has there been a glitch found in Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania? Of course, Pennsylvania. Michigan was flipped back to Trump. Okay. They needed to right after it hit midnight. That was it. If there's any more counts left over, separate them and count them there. Don't be adding any more shit, because all you're doing is adding more to the fucking collusion, confusion and shit. Confusion, you know? So, there was fraud. There was voter fraud. Okay? Now, if Al Gore can litigate for 37 days in 2000, the president can litigate too. It's his right to ask for a recount, go to the courts. If Biden can do it 20 years ago, the president can do it now. Then you got AOC wanting to start this list of running up people up, promote a list. What did the DNC come to? They become the Gestapo. The Gestapo and shit, right? Now, the media fucked up. They violated the law. The media has no say on the call what. It's only the states that could call it, not the fucking media. Okay? Again, Georgia, Michigan wasn't called. Georgia wasn't called. North Carolina, Arkansas, Arizona, and Nevada weren't even called yet. What are you even called yet? But the media went along with it. Hey, you know what? It's been long enough. So let's all call it together. So, what would happen? What would happen if out of the blue, once again, that there was fraud, there was crimes committed, people were not allowed to monitor the account? If there's a court order, you have to follow the court order. Okay? They still denied. They didn't care about the court order. They said, nope, it comes in the check. Fuck your court order? Not going to happen. Right? Not going to happen. Well, even those people have violated election law. Okay? It isn't just state law, it's also federal law. The Constitution. So, what do you guys think? But, you know, I got these people who are so happy. Oh, Biden won. He did not officially win. Unless it was called by Michigan, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and other states, then he officially won. So, as of right now, lawfully, he's still at 253. So, now the courts are going to be stepping in. Guess who's going to... Now, imagine Nancy Pelosi flipping her fucking lid. Flipping her lid. Yeah. Flipping her fucking lid. And a lot of you liberal fuckers. I mean, you may be smiling and be happy now, but the media called it. But here's the thing, okay? The media ain't got the right to call it. It's the state that could call it, not the media. Oh yeah, it's been long enough, so let's call it. And then all of a sudden, I mean, here's something that's funny too. Okay, it's funny. That's funny. If the media calls it, and it's which they have, and none of the states that are still at play didn't call it, the Supreme Court needs to step in and say, it ain't official. So creepy Biden and Kamala Ho needs kind of take a step back until every vote is counted. Even the military vote needs to be counted. Illegal votes. Anything after that that's added, put it over here and count that. Don't be adding shit. All it's doing is going to make it very confusing. And plus, there's a lot of backdating on these ballots. Okay? You mark it for the vote election day. Okay? Let's see here. Yep. So, voter fraud has happened. There is evidence. So, the media, who's not really the media, they're advocates for Biden and Kamala Ho Harris. Joe and the Ho. And did you know that Kamala Harris is the first Ho to be nominated as vice president? Yeah. She flat backed her way to the top. She's a hoe. Joan Ho. She was Willie Brown's side chick. Willie Brown is a former mayor of San Francisco. She was Willie Brown's mistress. Guys that didn't know that? Look it up. Paul Harris in your younger days was a hoe. Oh yeah. Come on, crucially for the Trail of Tears. Yeah, from her eyes and her vagina. Should be crying in both places. So now since the Supreme Court stepped in, all of a sudden the media called. Oh my God. Now, here's something that they need to realize. Okay, since we ain't got the right to call it because they ain't part of the government. Okay, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia. Not called for Biden yet. Arizona, Nevada, still didn't call it. Now, the president had a lead in Arkansas and North Carolina. They didn't call it yet. Alaska, not yet for the president. So, the president basically had the numbers. Then all of a sudden, 4 a.m. comes around. Biden takes the lead in Wisconsin, Michigan, and shit. And then all of a sudden, this was. Yeah. Now, Kamala Harris says, what BLM and Antifa doing? She said, it will continue before, during, and after the election. That's the whole thing with BLM is. Right. Now, here's the thing that I always say. The Supreme Court comes in and kind of pulls it for Trump. Okay. Because ballots were found under a rock, trash can, burned, you name it. Even the postmaster got involved. Okay. And so I'm just like, this is kind of fishy. I mean, Kamala Harris's smelly pussy fishy. And then just a couple hours ago, I watched Giuliani have an announcement, and then the reporter coming out. Can you prove it? Can you prove that there was this fraud, this thing, and stuff like that? People came up and said, "Hey, look, this would happen," and there's witnesses. But yet, the media asked witnesses, "Do you have any proof?" Motherfucker, they weren't fucking there. They weren't allowed to have a phone and film it or take pictures. And you had the poll monitors who wanted to observe the count weren't allowed to go in. If they were allowed to go in, they weren't allowed not even 6 feet. They pushed them back 100 feet back. Then in Pennsylvania, they impounded some machines until the next day. The mayor of Philly ain't got the power to stop the vote. The governor of Pennsylvania ain't got the power to stop the vote unless it is called. Okay? The machines had a software glitch. The software was owned by China. Nancy Pelosi had a stake in the company that created that software and the machines. But yet, the media called it automatically. Joe Biden isn't officially president unless it's called in Pennsylvania, Michigan, which he pretty much lost. If the court get involved and all this evidence of fraud comes in, I tell you what, the smile on Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Pelosi, and the media would go away. It would all go away. I mean, the president was leading in Wisconsin and Michigan. All of a sudden, 4 a.m. came around. Wow! Joe Biden did a miraculous catching up immaculately. Now he's leading in Wisconsin. They took Wisconsin. Now let's talk about Virginia. By the way, Virginia. The president had 57%. Joe Biden had 41%. Right? The president was leading. They gave Joe Biden Virginia. How? The media switched the numbers and gave Virginia to Biden. I mean, and then Fox News called Arizona too fucking early. Too early. Okay. Now, this would be a joke. Okay. And I've been watching all week. Okay, all week. And they're already freaking out. I mean, all the media can do is lie. Lie, without any evidence themselves. They call it without any official. Okay? Biden wins it with 273. With Trump's 214. Now, the media. Fox, CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, the Young Turds. Do you have any evidence that Biden won the election? No. So why'd you call it, you motherfuckers? You ain't got the power to call it automatically. They're still counting ballots and votes, you stupid asses. It's not official. I mean, he didn't really win the election. The president dominated this senile son of a bitch. In the debates, campaign, and the election. You could say that the president won re-election and shit. The president was out campaigning like crazy. Biden was in his basement, in his home, jerking off the family dog. Oh yeah, it's funny that the 12 victories, all women. They took the House, kept the Senate, and I mean, I was laughing too. I mean, the Democrats didn't get the Senate. They lost the House, and now they're about to face reality here. A glitch was found in the machines. Oh yeah. You had a lot of in Florida. There's a lot of Hispanic votes for the president. They thought oh well, we'll take Florida. Okay. Well, there was a lot of votes from Hispanics in Florida because that's where he won it 4 years ago. Hillary thought she had Florida. Nah. And then Texas he won Texas again. Texas was 38 EVs. California automatically went to Biden. What she got? 55 EVs. But the president won West Virginia. He automatically had Virginia automatically. I mean, then all of a sudden they called it for Biden. Well, the president had 57% of the percent, while Biden had 41. Here we're gonna call it for Biden here, even though he has 41% and the president now has 57%. We'll just switch the numbers. But it's really going to be funny as hell that once Biden's short-lived celebration crashes down in a ball of flames, that there was fraud, the president really won the election, and then all of a sudden the smiles would go to frowns and what the fuck. I mean, check this out. They're still counting ballots here in Fresno. I live in California, and they're still counting ballots in Fresno. Imagine that shit. They gave D.C. to Biden quickly, 95% to 5%, automatically. What needs to happen is that these machines need to be looked at and go back to the paper ballots where people can mark their vote without any Sharpie pins and shit, you know. I'll tell you what, somebody's going to prison here. Somebody's going to get locked up here pretty soon. I got that feeling. Somebody's going to jail. Somebody's going to get tried and convicted and gone. Voter fraud to crime. It's federal law. I mean, dude. what happened. I mean, the glitch. How come nobody caught the glitch until now? The president automatically had Michigan. The glitch, because they found the glitch, Michigan went back to Trump. Even though they won't show it, they won't say, "Hey, here, due to the glitch, Michigan didn't go back to Trump." No. So now it will come to an end where the president will have his reelection. Democrats can whine and bitch all they want, but fraud happened. People who are involved are going to go straight to jail when it's all said and done. People ain't, hey, it ain't over until every legal count is counted. Every legal vote is counted. Alright, folks, this is a good old Grandmaster Evan here. If you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below. Hit the bell for notification, and if you got this transmission, you are the resistance. Knowledge is free, knowledge is power. Always stay healthy, moral, wise. Love you guys. I'll see y'all guys next video. Peace out.